Well, thank you for
Okay.
joining Mindfulness Monday Community Check-In Edition.
No
You were
problem.
recommended to me by Asha Cerise. So when you first got the
Thank you,
message of me wanting to
Asha.
check in with you, like what were your thoughts?
When I saw it, I was just thinking to myself, like, I love the idea. Um, love the concept of just checking in on a community, whatever the community may be, family, friends, co-workers, referrals, to other people. So I sent a message. I said, appreciate it,
Yes,
cuz we all need to check in.
yes. And I thank you for allowing me to check in with you right now. So tell me a little
No
bit
problem.
about how your day's been going.
Oh, my day. It was busy. It's been a busy day. I usually rise anywhere between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. during the week, Monday through Friday. Whether I have to work or not, I'm on a schedule where I go to sleep early and I wake up early. Um, it's something about the silence of the early AM hours, 3, 4, 5. It's very calming, so I can do my affirmations. I can get into myself. I'm a little stuffed up too. I can hear it in my ears, but I'm getting over a cold. Um, but just getting up early, starting my day, got to work in banking. It's the first of the month, the weekend, the end of the month. Um, After the holidays, so very busy, nonstop communication with people, talking, interactions, exchanges, counting money, checks. So it was continuous for almost 5 hours straight, nonstop. So when I got off, I just decompressed, ate, got me some fruit, hydrated, took some medicine, some herbal elixir to help with my congestion. And I just laid down until it was time for my check-in. I literally waited. I talked to my partner, we conversed, had some conversations, and I just decompressed from about 5 to 7.
And that just gave me so many
Yeah.
different questions to ask you about what that routine looks like because you answered a lot of them in your answering that. But before I dive in, how,
Okay.
how you feeling right now?
I feel relaxed now. I feel more calm. Just coming home, and I love interior design. So I have a little game on my phone where I may design a room or something, and it literally relaxes my just overall being. Um, and yeah, so I feel good now. I feel good. I'm full.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
mentioned relaxed, then you said good, then you said full. I was going to
Yes.
ask to describe how you're feeling without using words such as good, fine, okay, straight, and
Mm,
all right.
I like that. I feel present. Yeah, present with myself, present with my body, present with my mind and my
Yeah.
thoughts. Um, Lately I've been much more intentional. I feel intentional with my um routine, my daily routine. Um, I feel oh wealthy. I feel wealthy because I feel like health is wealth. I feel like love is wealth. I feel like being able to save and being in a space of financial comfort is wealth. Not really just the balance itself, but just um, all my needs are met. Yeah.
That's that's beautiful. Do you notice the difference between like just saying I'm good and just everything that you just explained?
I love that. Yeah, when you said that, I was like, yeah, I can definitely go deeper.
Yeah, it's different because good is just like I'm trying to just answer your question, but present
Because
and
I
wealthy and all of those different things. That's how you really feeling right now. You know, just add
Right,
this
right.
perspective.
Good is real generic, and I say it all day. So I'm glad that you took me away from that and like, oh yeah, actually, let me go within and a little deeper than
Yeah,
that.
and
Yeah.
what those feelings do too is like allow you to feel the gratitude of the things that you're explaining that you feel versus just good. Like you lit up when you said, "I'm actually feeling healthy. I'm feeling wealthy," and wealth is not you were able to expound on different things, which again
Mm-hmm.
allows you to feel the different things that it is that you're
Yeah,
speaking of too.
yeah, yeah. I love that the feeling
Yeah.
place. I read about that.
Good,
Yeah.
good. So you mentioned something about a routine. And while we're having this conversation, if you need to move around, this is an open space. Mind your business,
Okay.
do whatever you need to do. Just be you, okay? No expectations. But when it comes to, you mentioned you've established a nice routine. So what does your routine look like? And you can just explain what that looks like prior to going to work.
For the most part, however, I get it in. It's definitely rising, meditation. I have an altar set up in my room. I'll go to my altar. That's my moment to show gratitude, to cover myself if I have to say any kind of intentions, to cover my mental. Um, Affirmations. I believe in saying daily affirmations. It set the tone for my days. Um, After affirmation, shower, breakfast. I'm intentional about what I've been selecting for breakfast. So I may do fruit or seed cereal. That's something new that I've been
What is it?
enjoying. Need to look up the recipe. Seed cereal.
Sea cereal?
So it's like chia
Oh, okay.
seeds,
Yeah.
pumpkin seeds, almonds, walnuts, granola, a little cinnamon, almond milk. So just stuff like that. So choosing different kind of to break my fast in the morning. So I do that. I eat something. And if it's a work day, I'm on
Yeah.
to the next. Looking for my clothes, what I'm gonna put on, and then off to the matrix.
Yeah.
And then once I get, from there, I'm back home and then I'm back to self again. I'm reading my book. I have a book I just finished called Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. It's by Bob Proctor, really
I
good
think I
book.
read.
So I may just randomly select a chapter and read that, or just go pick another book and just randomly select a chapter. I like to pull cards on my day, kind of see what the energy is for the day, because each day is a number and it holds a different frequency and a different vibration. So I figure out I get whatever the energy is for the day and just kind of
Yeah.
go from there. Like it helped me be prepared for what's to come by understanding what the energy that's already present
Yeah.
is.
I
So
love that. That's
yeah.
beautiful. Routines, they will save you. They'll make you or break you. So
Yeah.
have you ever fallen off from that routine? Or is it something that you've consistently done?
Yeah. Some days I don't get meditation in. Some days, other people needs may come before my own, and I have to do certain things, so it can throw me off of my routine. Um,
Yeah.
just so many different
Yeah.
things. Like the other day, Friday, I woke up and I was fully stuffed up, head, nose, everything. I don't think I did anything, so just laid there. Because sometimes you got to understand rest too. Like you can have a
Yeah.
routine, but your body will let you know when you need just rest and you don't need to think about anything or do anything or write anything or say anything. Like I would literally sit in the dark room and just sit there.
Just be.
So yeah.
Just be. That's and that's I love that you said that because I think that a lot of times we feel like, and me included, I'm a person that feels uncomfortable when I'm not doing something. So I just try to
Yeah.
find space, like you mentioned, to just be and be okay with doing nothing and allowing that to be what rest means.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you shared that. But when it comes to like you mentioned, when you don't find the time or don't have the time because you have to tend to other needs prior to your own, do you notice a shift in how you feeling?
Yeah, sometimes with my emotions. I'm trying to practice emotional
Yeah.
regulation because I can get um it's one of those things like logic over emotions. Like I try to balance that because with me, I think, of course, being a Cancer sun sign, I'm just naturally
Yeah.
emotional. Um, so when I'm not able to ground myself or meditate or say my affirmations and different things happen throughout the day, I can see a shift. I can see a shift in my energy, but it's also an indicator and a reminder like, okay, when you get home, make sure you meditate or make sure you have that moment to yourself because you just either said something or did something that you possibly could have not done if you would have paused, self reflect, or had that energy already over you that you normally have before you leave the house.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes working in customer service and working with people money and taking care of people with certain ailments and illnesses, it can take you outside of character. Um, but it's just checking your emotions because a lot of things that happen outside of you have nothing to do with you. So try to brush it off and don't take it personal because as soon as you take it personal, now you're saying something sarcastic or your energy is
Yeah,
shifting or you bringing yourself down when you constantly daily trying to maintain a high
absolutely.
frequency. So it's not about perfection, it's just about practice.
Absolutely. And you speak so
Yeah.
well the way that you explain everything to me. You talk to me. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Practice. That's what that
Girl,
is.
I get it. Do you understand me? You
Yeah.
understand? I had to pause myself from being reactive yesterday, and I just literally
Mm.
pat myself on the back for that moment of growth and recognizing it because, baby, you understand?
And then having people that hold you
Yeah.
accountable too. Like I have great people in my corner that we had conversations about accountability. Um, and even not taking accountability not taking it personal because sometimes when we're trying to work on ourselves and better ourselves and be the better today than we was yesterday or learn something new or challenge ourselves or whatever the case may be, we can get hard on ourselves and get like, oh, I should have did this or I should have did that. But when you have accountability partner, whoever it is, whether it's your mom or your sister or your partner, your husband or your boyfriend, girlfriend, no matter who it is, like just letting them know, like, hey, hold me accountable. If I slip or if I don't meditate today or if I said I want to go 3 months without eating chicken and I go somewhere and sneak off and eat a wing, like, hold me accountable.
Yeah.
So that helps too when it's someone you really care about and you love, you don't want to let them
Mm-hmm.
down. It make you think also about your actions, like, you know what, I'm gonna hold myself accountable and
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I was going to ask you.
So
So when it comes to holding yourself accountable, because it's just like with the check-in, you have to be open.
hmm
You have to be open to
mm,
me checking into you.
yeah,
Like I can ask you how you feeling, and you can just tell me good. And that's not really opening yourself to me checking in with you. Then, so when it comes to holding
facts.
yourself accountable and the people that are your support system, how open are you to? Oh, maybe I gotta tell them I ate a chicken wing. Like how open are you to that?
Oh, it took experiences because I thought I was open until it started happening. And then I was like, dang, I was like, oh, like I ain't used to nobody telling me nothing. Like I'm independent and I've always been, it's been me. Like I make my decisions, I do what I need to do. Like even in relationships, I always still felt kind of dominant. So to be in a feminine position and to receive feedback
Yeah,
from a loving individual like my mom or a dominant individual like my
yeah.
partner is kind of like I tell myself I'm in receptive mode, my heart is open.
That's how you
That
get
is
through
my
it.
saying. I'm in
That's how
I
you get through it.
had to tell myself like I'm in receptive mode, my heart is open. Or it's so funny because I was asked a question this rising about my accountability partner, and he was like, do you think that I judge you um by some of the things that you
Mm,
do? And I was like, I thought about it. I was like, judgment. At first, I thought that because I was insecure about my growth, and it felt uncomfortable for someone else to point out areas of my life that they can see potential or areas of opportunity for
yeah,
growth. And I was like, my insecurity made me want to reject it. But then my understanding and my logic made me be like, this person wants the best for me, and they're actually right.
yeah,
So it took those steps first for me to be comfortable with receiving check ins and receiving feedback and constructive criticism because it's easy to give it, and I do it all the time. So when it was time for me to receive it, it was like, okay, you got to be
yeah.
receptive because they see these patterns and you also see these patterns. So it's acceptance. I had to accept
I
it.
love that because it's not perfect.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like you mentioned, we can point out things and we can say what we see that people need to be held
Quick.
accountable to. But when it's on the receptive end, it's like, dang, okay, so you really you see me, you see
Mm-hmm.
me, and it and being seen sometimes I know for me was uncomfortable to be seen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you want that, but to be seen, it kind of makes you check back in with yourself, like you said, and allow
When it's
yourself to
actually
understand.
happening, it's like, oh, this is happening.
You understand? This is real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to your partner, and you can answer any question that you like to, or you can choose not to, you know, if you feel like it's too personal. But are you
Mm-hmm.
comfortable with answering the question when it comes to like your partner? How do you check in with your partner in the midst of you checking in with yourself in the midst of your day?
Um, it could be a
Mm-hmm.
text, just a call. I follow this page called Moon Omens, and they send me emails every day with daily notes to self is what they call them. It's a note to self. And a lot of times it's an affirmation or it's something related to something astrological. Say, for instance, if it's the new moon in Sagittarius, like what we just had
Yeah.
yesterday, or a full moon and something else, it'll give you a saying based on the energy. And it's 9 out of 10 times it's
Yeah.
motivational. Um, I may just shoot in one of those, a note to self or a reminder. Don't forget to drink your water. It's just random. To me, it come natural. My nieces and nephews, I have quite a bit of them. I may send them a text message and say, hey, eat some fruit today, or I'm proud of you, or it could be just anything. So a quick text message, a phone call, affirmation, or just I'm thinking
Right.
about you. Yeah.
So you mentioned your the things that you do to provide support for other people. So what does
Mm-hmm.
your support system look like? I know you mentioned your mom and your partner, but what is your safe space? Who can you call and tell like how you really feeling?
Um, it's mainly my niece, my
Yeah.
first niece. She's 20. She just turned 26, so she like a little sister too. So we confide in each other's age. We speak. We have conversations about different things. Um, I don't like saying my boyfriend, but my partner. That's my safe space. I know he's gonna check on me, make sure like, hey, you ate, you need to do this, go to the grocery store. So just he made me feel very supported. My mom, if we talking about fashion or clothes, or that's like our love language, like food, and um she have so many clothes. So me just going through her closet finding stuff that's too small. I'm like, oh, I can take this. So it's just it's different relationships with different people, but it's still sentimental in some way, shape, or form. Um, but my support system, we check in on each other in different ways. Sometimes it's not a verbal, hey, how you doing? It's sometimes it could just be, let's go get a drink Saturday, or I'm gonna come by and bring the kids by. I have some small little nieces. I love interacting and communicating with them. So I may spend time with them, go on a walk, take them to do I Spy so they can get out in nature and see different things. I may say I spy a tree or this or that, just to kind of get their mind open to the outside world and to get them away from technology and computers and stuff like that. So it's different relationships. It just depends on who it
Right.
is.
Now I'm gonna
Yeah.
call you out for a moment, Angel, and I hope you don't mind.
Okay.
But I'm gonna call you. I'm
Okay.
gonna call you out.
Yeah.
So I'm asking like who pours into you more specifically, like what that looks like for you to be able to surrender, and you're sharing
You said what that look like
what
for
it
me
would
to
look
be able
like
to
for
do
you
what?
to be able to surrender, and be able to just be checked in on like how you feeling, what you need, and a lot of the response that you gave was telling me how you pour out.
It
So I
still
wanted to know.
was pouring out, huh? I pour out a lot. I pour out a lot, and my partner told me that. He was like, sometimes your cup be empty and you still be
Yeah.
pouring. So pouring into me is really um those are the main two. My niece Zay and my partner James. Like they pour into me, like my niece, like if I need something, it could be a cash app, she's literally like giving me a card before, like, hey, like in situations, like she makes sure that I'm good. And if I'm not available, like I've lived in different places and she know that I'm my mom's caregiver, she'll even step in and like, hey, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So she alleviates a lot of stress from me in the past has James, he does the same thing. Just making sure, like I said, that's my accountability partner. So he makes sure if I'm fasting for a certain amount of time, he like, hey,
Yeah.
vegetables, fruit, water. Like he's really, when I say I could be totally transparent, like my silly self, my true authentic self, like past gas, burnt, whatever. I don't care what it is. Like I've opened up that
Yeah.
space with him because of the way that he poured
Yeah.
into me. I don't care about my hair don't have to be done, or you know how you dating someone or you're in a relationship, you feel like you gotta be cute and you gotta do this with your hair and you gotta do your lashes, and then it's like total complete transparency, complete nakedness, internal and external. Is not any, you
Yeah.
know, it's just it is what it is. And so those two people definitely pour
Yeah.
into me.
How did
Yeah.
you get to that space of transparency? Yeah.
Conversations. Um, we got to the place of transparency with just being honest. Um, Conversations my niece had with me that she probably couldn't have with anybody else. So it really started out with conversations, not judging. When it comes to him, I don't sense any judgment, just that organic, authentic connection. And it started with simply with
Yeah.
conversations.
I think a lot of that too, like
Yeah.
just hearing you speak about your journey and different things that you, how you pour and how you support, just being the strength, the strong person. Sounds like you
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of self awareness and acceptance of who you have to be. And I know
Mm-hmm.
acceptance is, it creates transparency. Like once you've accepted,
Mm-hmm.
yourself with the no lashes or my hair like this, you basically getting what I'm getting. This is
Yeah.
this is
That's
it.
what you get.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to your life, thinking about your home life, your love life, yourself, and your career, which area of your life do you feel like needs your attention right now?
My home life, my self life, my love life, and my career, which need my it's always gonna be me need the most attention. My self life, because if I feel good within myself, everything else is going to thrive regardless. My love life is going to thrive. My career is going to thrive. Anything that I'm doing is going to thrive as long as I'm feeling balanced and I'm feeling aligned. I'm doing something to grow myself mentally. Just getting into books, self-help books and stuff help me open my perspective. Help me change my paradigm in certain areas. Because sometimes we get so used to the same thing, or we get used to, you can get stagnant. So just any type of growth, if I'm learning about something small down to if I'm designing on my design game and I'm learning about this is modern furniture, this is rustic furniture. I love knowing the different type of design titles and what look good with what. Or if I'm reading Action is Given and I read chapter 8 and chapter 9 and I pull something from that that's going to help me be a better me. So it's always going to have to be self first. And I poured into so many people, other people, so much throughout my life because I can easily identify areas where people need
Yeah.
assistance. Um, and I just had to step back. And I took 12 months to myself where I just rarely poured into anyone at all. And I actually created an altar inside of a closet. And I would go in that closet and shut the door. And I would affirm and I would pray and I would meditate and I would read. And I was away from everybody. I didn't have any close contact where people can easily reach out and say, "Huh, come over here and do this." I was miles away. And it allowed me to um, see the importance of filling my own cup. So now everything around me is starting to thrive, and I created that reality for myself by taking those 12 months to
That's
myself.
so,
Yeah,
girl.
I was literally in a closet.
I, you understand? It makes
Yeah, in a
sense.
closet.
It makes sense,
Yeah.
and you kind of have to create those spaces for yourself.
Mhm.
Because ain't nobody gonna come over there wherever you at and say, "Hey, Angel, you need to do this. Clear this out. Sit here.
Mm-mm.
Tune into yourself. This is how you do it. This is how." Nobody is gonna do that for you. And even if they do,
The most people can mainly tell you what they need you to do for them, whether it's
yeah,
intentional or not. Um, that's a lot of the times what it is. Hey, I need you to do, or can you take, or can you give, or can you? But it's, hey, I want to do this for you today to make you feel
right.
better.
Now,
Or hey, I
if they
wanna,
do that,
huh,
that's what I was gonna say. Even if they do give you the tools or the resources of what to do, you still have to do the work. Like you got to do it.
gotta do it. Yeah. So definitely self work first.
Absolutely. Okay. So, what advice? We're wrapping it up now. What
Okay.
advice do you feel like you can offer to people who do feel like they're not in balance? Because you mentioned when you're not in balance, you have different things that you do. So to the person that's not in balance, I'm confused
Hmm.
on which area of my life I need clarity in. Just act like I'm that
Hmm.
person. I don't know what to do. I'm all over the place. I may be
Hmm.
sad one moment. I may be this the next moment. I don't know which. I don't know what to do. I'm out of balance. What advice could you offer to that person?
I would tell them to pause, quiet your mind, go into a space where you have no distractions. It's just yourself. You don't have a television, a cell phone, a radio, or nothing. Nothing is on. Um, go into that space and breathe. Take some intentional breaths, like literally feel your heart. Put your hand over your heart, feel it beat. Like take those moments to relax, because a lot of people are on autopilot and they're not taking a moment to just stop, slow down, turn everything off, breathe, and sit with themselves. And then once you take those few breaths and you breathe, just kind of see then what thoughts come to your head. And if it's a negative thought or if it's a low vibrational thought, think of something else that feel better. And then if it happens again, think of something else that feel better again. And every time you have a low vibrational thought or worry or something that you got to do on your to-do list or somebody you got to take care of or any kind of thought that give you dis-ease, think about something that make you feel better. And keep doing it. And if it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, do it every day until you literally feel your nervous system calming down. And continue to do it. If it's in the restroom at work for 5 minutes, if it's in the car on the way to wherever you're going for 10 minutes, find that moment to just breathe and pause and think of thoughts that make you feel good, because um, feeling is the secret. That's the secret to a lot of things. To just simply feeling better, yeah. So they got to pause. You got to stop, and you got to get quiet to
Don't do
yourself.
that.
So that's really the main thing.
Yeah. That's you said.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of everything, and it's very simple.
And it sounds so easy, but it's not for a lot of people. It's not easy. They say the simplest things are the hardest to do. But once you actually do it and continue to do it, repetition and continue to do it, not trying to not making a schedule. I'm gonna do it at this time on this day every day. Like don't turn it into a chore. Just do it.
Practice. It's all a
Yeah,
practice.
just do it. Yep.
Yep. I love that. Thank you, Angel. Thank you,
You're
Angel. A few more
welcome.
questions.
Thank you for checking in
Yes.
on
Yes.
me.
A few more questions, and I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
Okay.
What you got?
When it comes to the rest of your night, how do you plan to pour back into yourself?
Oh, tonight I'm about to shower. My showers can get I like Halo. I may turn on some frequency vibrations, 432 hertz, 528 hertz, those type of frequencies kind of like calm you. Um, I light a candle at my altar and I say my affirmations. Even if I fall asleep and I forget to do it, I'll wake up. 9 out of 10 times I'm gonna wake up out of my sleep to use the restroom or to do something, and then I'll make sure I still do it. Um, just chill. Just chill out. I have a new little journal that I haven't started in yet. I It's an exercise in the book, Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. It said get a gratitude journal. And the only thing that you write in that journal is things that you're grateful for. And once you align yourself with that frequency and you're continuing every day to write something that you're grateful for, now you're attracting those things to you because you're thinking it, you're writing it, and now you're magnetizing it into your reality. So that's a new thing that I want to try. I got my journal, I wrote the date in it, and then I haven't wrote anything else in it yet. So being intentional about starting my gratitude journal. And after this conversation, I think it's a good time to go ahead and put my first entry in there. So I am grateful for you checking on me. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. Is there any advice
Yeah.
that you can offer or suggestions to you to this space? Do you see what I'm building? Like, what
Yeah,
suggestions or advice you
I
have?
like it. I would say so you check in, you do the Mindfulness Mondays, um, and then we can recommend individuals to you. Um,
Or feedback from this session or what you've seen on other videos?
I would just say include yourself in it. Just let them know what does checking in look like to you, and the same thing, like kind of like when you close out, like how do you check in with yourself after creating this space for others and to check in on others? Um, how do you realign with your energy before you exit the conversation or after you exit the conversation before you go to
You
bed?
understand? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And I would like for you to think about two people that you may have in mind, the first two people that come to mind that you would like to
Okay.
just check in on. It doesn't have to be
Okay.
family or friends. It could be somebody that you've seen online that may be struggling or may be extremely happy. And it's like, oh, I wonder really how they feeling, you know? So if you would like
Hmm.
to check in on them, send me their names. And I would love to, just check in and see if they're open for me to check in with them.
Okay. Do you do all check-ins on live? Because I know one person probably be super shy. I don't know if they'll do a
I can
live,
do
but they could probably still take a
I can
check-in.
do a check-in on the phone. I can see how they feel
Okay.
about me doing a check-in on the phone and possibly just recording the audio. I can see if they're open to
Okay.
that, and then we can go from there. But I still like to check
Cool.
in
Okay.
if you want me to. Yeah.
I got you. So I'll send you some names of some people, some friends.
Okay. Any other questions? Any questions that you?
Um, any other
Because I've
questions?
been asking
I don't
you
really have any
empowering
questions.
the questions to you, girl. I said
Huh?
I've been powering them. Just
Oh yeah, I love it though, because I love dialogue. I feel like because it helps you think, like you said, kind of like when you said instead of good or nice, and to go deeper, like it really help you to just dive into your mind. Um, but no, I don't really have any other questions. It's just I want to tell you that our community need this. Our community need mental health awareness. Our community need these type of spaces to be transparent, because you never know what conversation that you and I can have that can generate a thought or ignite a thought in someone else. Just like how you said, what does that look like for myself? How do I decompress? And the last question that that I answered, like hopefully that can help someone to pause and have a seat and check in with themselves and shut the door and lock the door, even if they have to literally go into a closet and have a moment in there to take some breaths. Um, it's scientifically proven that it helps your nervous system to be intentional about the breaths that you take.
absolutely,
So I just want to tell the people out there, just breathe.
absolutely,
Just breathe. Yeah.
it's an answer to a lot of our questions, but the awareness is everything. And I just again thank you so much for allowing me in this
Mm-hmm.
space to check in with you, to be open to be checked in with. And I love what you shared. I love how you are pouring into yourself and taking that time to cultivate that space for yourself. And if I can just share with you a lot of the love and the things that you're pouring out to your family, to your nieces, to your nephews, to your partner, make sure that you are pouring in overflow from your overflow and not from what you, I'm not going to say don't have because we have an abundance of it, but check in with yourself
never reserve
You
tank.
understand? Check in with that tank. Look at that tank and
Yeah,
say, do I got the space to take this call right now? And understand that it's okay if you don't. It's all right if you don't. Because
right.
being that strong person and being that support system for everybody, you want to make sure that you stay at a level that's reserved for what you need for when you don't have it. Because who gonna make sure
That's
that you
fact.
got it when you ain't got it? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm learning to do that, and it's not easy sometimes because it's not easy to not answer the phone or to hit that reject button or to ignore a text message. But I'm learning to do it and not feel
Yeah.
guilty, but to feel empowered because it still go back to the feeling. So to feel um okay
Yeah.
with ignoring certain people at certain
Yeah.
times.
It's a
Yeah,
practice, and it's not necessarily ignoring. I think it's more so choosing your needs. You prioritizing your
yeah,
needs, and then I'm sure it's not just like you don't go back to it ever, but in those moments that you
yeah.
have, in those moments, what do I need?
It's okay to say not
Not or
today.
not right now.
Yeah, I recently lost a friendship not too long ago because I waited 24 hours to reply to a text message. And the conversation turned
Yes.
negative. And all they can talk about was their needs. And I was like, you never once asked me, why did I wait a day to reply to your text message? Or am I okay? Or what was going on with me? It was straight. And I was like, have a nice
You
day.
understand? Ask me if I'm good.
Have a nice
Yes.
day.
Ask,
Yeah.
especially ask me. It has to be a reason. But yeah.
At least ask me.
I,
Yeah.
but I thank you, and I want you to enjoy your night. Pour back into yourself. You gave me an idea of putting on those hurts while I'm in the tub. Because I
Yeah.
listen to a lot of different words. Sometimes I don't want to hear words.
No words, just some
Yes, ma'am.
frequencies.
So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for that feedback. And you have a lot of different tools that you've shared, and I'm gonna make sure that we hear different things like this so everybody can know that there's things for us to do that we don't have to find outside of ourselves.
Okay. Thank you, Jay. Have a good
I
night.
sure will. You too. Good night. If y'all are watching this, I hope that y'all enjoyed that check-in. I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed the feedback. Now, she did ask me, how do I pour back into myself after holding this space? Typically, I'll just say in my past life, I kind of lived on do not disturb for a while. Do not disturb looked like after a certain hour, if the clock struck 8, I'm closed. Whoever tries to reach me after that, I don't have anything to do with it. I don't have any more space. However, in this new season where I'm learning to share my space and learning to share the times that I would typically reserve for myself with other people, I'm more open. But after I end this live, my intentions are to run me a nice hot bubble bath. Instead of listening to words in my music tonight, I'm going to take the advice that she provided. I'm going to listen to some either lo-fi music that's just smooth instrumentals with no words, or I might put on a nice Hertz frequency playlist and just listen to that just to pour back in. A lot of times I practice silence, not speaking. And it's not to be rude, and it's not because I don't like talking. I enjoy talking when I talk. However, sometimes not saying anything is the best thing to do. It's kind of allowing you to process those thoughts instead of being reactive. If you're reacting from a place where you have not checked in with yourself, you may say things that you may regret. You may say things that are hurtful. So sometimes I just tune back in. So I close out from the outside world and I tune in. The way that I tune in is by being quiet. I journal. So again, for my night, I'm going to take me a nice hot bubble bath, light me a few candles. I'm going to burn me I already burned my sage before this. I might burn sage after this just to release the presence of anybody else's energy from my mind, from my body, and from my space. Burn me some incense. I'm going to make me something nice to eat. I might have something to drink. I'm going to clean, fold my clothes, organize my space so that when I do lay down, all of that clutter that's around me is already put away and everything has a space. So that's how I reset myself. Now, challenge you and I encourage you, find a way to check in with yourself tonight. If it's logging out. And that's another thing that I do. When I'm on social media, I'm on here for intentions and I'm on here for a purpose. I'm not sitting at home and whatever people choose to do, that's their business. But what helps me is going inward. I don't want to hear what everybody is doing all night. I don't like logging in and seeing who's died, who's dealing with this, who doesn't have that. I learn the most worst news when I'm on social media. So I don't do social media. I log in, I do what I need to do. I see the first post that's there, I'm logged out. So that's how I tune back into me. That's how I release myself from energy that's not serving my mind. Because if I see that you're worried, if I see that you're going through something, and that's all that I see all day, now I'm trying to figure out your life and I've distracted myself from mine. So again, I encourage you, tune into yourself. Find a moment to just be. Find a moment to check in with your thoughts. Ask yourself why you're having them. And it's not a destination. It's not somewhere that you will reach and say, oh, I'm finally here. I've made it. I don't have no worries. I don't have no negative thoughts. That's a lie. That's a false narrative. So I can just keep it completely real and transparent with y'all. I've been practicing mindfulness, breath work for years. For years. And it is a daily practice. Sometimes I sit down and my mind can get quiet real quick and it's focused on all of the positive things. Sometimes I sit down, it's distracted and it's negative and it's thinking about this and it's worried about that. It's a practice. It is a practice. But sitting down with yourself intentionally and just focusing on your breath or trying to, it'll shift. It'll shift. And you'll see the difference in your life with that practice. If you are watching this and you are the person that is needing a check-in, if you'd like to be checked in on, I do have time. I got some more space if you are that person that is wanting a check-in right now. If you know someone who you'd like for me to check in with, just simply having a conversation to unpack their day or to unpack an area of their life, holler at me. Send them my way. I love to speak with them. Questions for me, please holler at me. One question I have from this live says, how did you start this? Why did you decide to start this? Mindfulness Monday is something that I've been doing for the last, I feel like 3 years now. 3, maybe 4. One day I just hit the button and I said, this is Mindfulness Monday. I was meditating, I was playing my sound bowl, and then I had some words to offer. I've been doing it consistently every single Monday since then. I used to do something called check-ins in my group therapy sessions with my clients. Sometimes I have an agenda of what we're about to do, and then I get in there and based on the vibes, based on the energy, based on how everybody's looking and feeling, we're not doing that. I want to check in with y'all. How y'all really feeling? And they would tell me, honestly and transparency. They were very transparent. They kept it real. And it was a space where we can just share how we're really feeling without any judgment. It's a space where you can say, I ain't feeling this today. I ain't feeling my life right now. I don't like what I got going on. I hate my job. I don't like this person. It's a space where you can keep it real with yourself. If you're not going to keep it real with nobody else, keep it real with yourself. And this is the space where we can do that. You can share your truth. You can be truthful. And I'm going to hold the space for you. No judgment. And again, I've noticed again through my therapy sessions that it was very helpful. It shifted a lot of people's lives. And it's something that I want to bring to the community. We need to be checked in on. We don't have people, most of us don't have people that care enough to create the space to call you and say, how are you feeling today? What's on your mind? How can I help you? What can I do for you? And if you have people in your life that's doing that for you, that is a beautiful thing. If you are that person, let me check in with you. Again, if y'all have any other questions, comments, or feedback for me, holla at me. Let me see if there's someone else on here that would like to be checked in with before we end this live. You want to be checked in with? You ready for me to add you? Or no? All you got to do is say, check in with me. Wave your hand, send me a nice emoji, and let me know I'm here. Every conversation week to week may be differently, so when you log in, don't have any expectations. Just come with an open mind. Last call, last call. I'm gonna sit here for a few more moments to see who would like to be checked in with before I log out and go mind mine own business. What we're doing now is just waiting to see if there's anyone that would like to be checked in with. It can be a quick check-in. We don't have to talk long. But if you'd like to be checked in with, let me check in with you. Last call, last call. Last call. Last call, last call. If you're just not joining, this is Mindfulness Monday Community Check-In Edition, where I am checking in with you, checking in with your mental, seeing what type of tools that you have, providing you with tools or resources if you may need them, but just simply having the conversation. Let me know if you would like to be checked in with. A few more moments. If you don't want to write your name under this live, DM me. If you are not the person that wants to be checked in on, but you have a mother, a cousin, a sister, an aunt, a brother, a husband, a homeboy, a coworker, or just a Facebook friend that you want to check in on, send me their name. Excuse me. And if they are open, I will definitely check in with them. A few more moments before I'm logging out. All right. Thank you all for tuning in to Mindfulness Monday Community Check-In Edition. We'll do this every Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time. If you are the person that's needing to check in, DM me or comment and say look at me. DM me or comment and say check in on me. If you know somebody that you want to check in with, send me their information. No more excuses. Allow yourself to be checked in on, and allow me to check in with the people that you would like to be checked in with, okay? Now, don't allow anyone to steal your joy. If you are the person that has stolen your own joy, I want you to just reel it back in. Take a pause. Take your power back. Pour back into your cup. Take a deep breath. Say something nice to yourself or about yourself. Shake it off. Shake off that negative energy. Shake it off. Your thoughts are not facts. They're not true. And tune in with yourself. If you have any questions, any comments, or any feedback and suggestions for me, holla at me. I'd love to hear it. And until next time, thank you for tuning in.